what Josh Allen has done in the last 2 years, and you know Josh very well. I've gotten to know him because of you. And you just kind of gloss, they got a great coach in Brian Dable. Mm-hmm. You look at the success they had in Buffalo, was it a combination of him and Josh? Was it him putting Josh in really good positions and situations, or it's just Josh, he's just that damn good?
Yeah, it's definitely a combination. Josh has evolved. He has a bunch of parts of his game have developed. I've been attached in the media and stuff to a lot of the physical development that he has, but that was a small piece. One, he did the work. Two, that was being reinforced by Ken Dorsey, who was his quarterback coach, now OC. I was being reinforced by Brian Dable and the other people in that room, the backups who've been there with him. His rookie year, Derek Anderson, Matt Barkley these last few years. Davis Webb played a role in that. Mitch Trubisky last year played a role in that. And so the development is all the pieces coming together. But Josh has unbelievable recall. So when I do draft training, and when I do these, a lot of times, like, I can prepare guys for the meetings, but a lot of times they'll go into a meeting and they'll introduce 14 people in the room to the young guy, and then they'll talk ball and they'll ask him questions, they'll interview him, and then at the very end they'll be like, what was everybody's name and job? And
I forgot everybody.
and to this day, Brian Dable says the most impressive recall he's ever seen is Josh Allen, which what that means is not that he's good at memorizing people's names. What that means is that he can process and store information, right? And so Dable can put a lot on his plate. People don't blitz Buffalo, right? The reason they don't blitz him is it's not because he's got a quick release. Like, that's an element. It's because he sees the field and because they have fantastic answers. Whether we're going to borrow a running back and go protect, and we're going to block it up and take a shot down the field, or we're going to throw hot, or we're going to see this coming, we're going to shift to a one-step screen and get a tackle on that nickel who's coming now. They've built fantastic answers to problems versus pressure, so that's why people don't pressure them anymore. So Josh Allen is a big reason for that. He's the guy with the ball in his hand who's got to figure out what to do with it. But Josh, I talk ball with these guys all offseason. The amount of football that Josh knows right now, going into year, I think, 5, is unbelievable coming from where he came from.
Because he's so physically talented, this gets overlooked.
100%.
His understanding and IQ of the game, it gets overlooked because he's this big guy that can run and has a
It's just easier to talk about the physical stuff, but I'll say there's no way to rank this and score it, but he's got to be, in my mind, one of the smartest quarterbacks playing football right now. But it's just so far down the list of things that we talk about when we talk about him, anybody, that it gets overlooked. But when you talk to players who play with him, they're just not going to talk about Josh for a minute without referencing his functional football intelligence and how quickly he can process information.